Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Timmy Trico, also known as Horror Fan for Life. And this evening, I'm doing a special video for you guys. Um, Everyone has their own opinions when it comes to movies. Whether they're popular, unpopular, everyone has their own personal opinion about movies. Well, I decided to put together a top 10 list of my um, top 10 most unpopular movie opinions. And just remember, everyone, this is my list. Um, if you agree or disagree with one of my most unpopular opinions, that's fine. But just be respectful when commenting on this video. Uh, Better yet, just be mature. If you don't agree with something, fine. Let me know what it is, and let me know what your personal opinion is. We're not always going to agree on movies, and that's the beauty of it. So let's get right into this top 10 list. These are my top 10 most unpopular movie opinions. Coming in at number 10, St. Elmo's Fire is an underrated movie. The 1980s, there were a lot of great movies that came out, mostly centered around a group of teenagers, college kids. And in this movie, we have the same thing, but we have a great cast in this movie with Amelia Estevez, Judd Nelson, Ali Sheedy, uh, Rob Lowe, uh, Mary Winningham. It's just got a great cast, and I think it's one of the most underrated 1980s movies, in my opinion, especially when you put it up against the likes of The Breakfast Club and 16 Candles, Weird Science. I mean, I don't think it's as great. It's certainly not as great as The Breakfast Club, but I just don't think it gets the attention that it deserves, and I think it's very underrated, and that's why I have it at number 10. At number 9, I have, uh, in my opinion, the Transformers franchise um, is a great franchise, in my opinion. I know there's a lot of haters out there with Michael Bay and his directing style, but for me, I love the franchise. Even though the fifth movie didn't do as well at the box office, I still enjoy these movies. I grew up with the original cartoon, and even though the Transformers didn't look like what they were supposed to, um, I'm kind of glad he did it that way. He changed it up. He made this franchise his own vision. Uh, and even though they didn't look exactly like they did in the cartoon, I still enjoy this franchise. Bumblebee will always be my favorite Transformer, but yeah, I think it's a great franchise. I think it gets a lot of hate, especially from those who didn't either watch the cartoon and or just didn't like the cartoon. But for me personally, I think it's one of the better franchises that we have out there today. Uh, and despite the negative reviews from Rotten Tomatoes, which I never pay attention to anyway when I'm deciding whether or not to watch a movie, box office doesn't lie, in my opinion. Coming in at number 8, I think Roadhouse is one of the better action movies of the 1980s. Uh, I think it's highly underrated. I love the performances, most notably of Sam Elliott and Patrick Swayze. Is it a perfect movie? No, no. And no, it's not an Oscar-worthy contender either. But I think it's very underrated, and I think it's one of the better action movies of the 1980s. That's just my personal opinion. Coming in at number 7, The Three Stooges movie is very funny and doesn't deserve all the hate it gets. That's just my opinion. Again, I grew up watching the Three Stooges um, when I was just 4 or 5 years old. We had a VHS tape that we just wore out with the same old 3 episodes. And even though today there are well over 150 plus episodes of movies, I love what they did, the Fairley Brothers did with this movie. And yeah, it's going to be hard to duplicate what the original cast did. I mean, for Pete's sake, she got some great actors there. But trying to recreate what they did is hard in itself. But I think they did a fine job at it. And they even broke it down into mini episodes, which I just loved. And I think they found the 3 guys that would have done the best job with these characters. Uh, but outside of that, I think it's a very funny movie and deserves to be on this list. Number 6, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Pulp Fiction is highly overrated. This movie, some people considered it to be the best of 1994, and some even say that it deserves to win the Best Picture. And I laugh at that. I can't for the life of me understand the love for the movie. It's not a terrible movie. I gave it a 7 out of 10, but I don't think it's a great movie, and I don't think it's the best of Quentin Tarantino, in my opinion. The performances were good, but I don't think they were great. You know, a lot of people, repeat some of the lines from the movie, and I don't know. It's not that great of a movie, in my opinion, and it definitely didn't deserve to win Best Picture. Um, the Best Picture winner should have won it, but we'll get into that later on in this video. But yeah, Pulp Fiction is highly overrated. Number 5, here we go. Speaking of the Best Picture winner, Forrest Gump deserved to win Best Picture in 1994, hands down. Uh, Even after watching The Shawshank Redemption, I I don't think it come close to what Forrest Gump delivered. Uh, Shawshank was a good movie. I don't think it's better than Forrest Gump, and I don't think it deserved the Best Picture either. I think the winner was correct. I think the Oscars got it right. That's all I want to say about it. Coming in at number 4, Casino, to me, is the best Martin Scorsese film. Just my personal opinion. A lot of people would probably say The Godfather. Others would say, whatever, what are their preferences? For me, Casino is the best Scorsese film. Just my opinion. There you have it. I said it. And that's just going to leave it at that. Number 3, Star Wars, episode number 4, A New Hope, is the best of the franchise. And according to, in my opinion, it is the better movie in the franchise. I grew up watching this one. Originally, it was the number 1 movie in the franchise. Now it's episode 4. And don't get me wrong, Empire Strikes Back is a great movie. It's very dark. But I just don't think it's the best in the franchise. And my latest ranking, think I had it 3rd behind The Force Awakens. But yeah, A New Hope, the best movie in the Star Wars franchise. Number 2, the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise isn't a part of the big three anymore, in my opinion, anyway. Uh, Reason behind that is the quality of movies I think are the weakest in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. In fact, there's only 4 movies that I consider to be great or good or even watchable. Let's put it that way. Of course, you have the original, you have part 3, part 4, and then Freddy versus Jason. The other movies to me are throwaways. For the life of me, I will never understand the love for Freddy's Revenge. I think it was a very rushed, generic looking movie. Even Freddy, to me, couldn't save this movie. I didn't like the look of it. The picture quality was very, very poor. I think they rushed this movie just to try and keep up with the rest of the franchises. And ultimately, I thought it hurt the franchise as a whole. But yeah, that is my number 2. Number 1, and this is probably going to get a lot of panties in their bunches, but I don't care. The Lord of the Rings trilogy is highly overrated. In fact, I think this is one of the worst, if not the worst, franchises in the history of filmmaking. I don't like the characters. I don't like the story. I think the movies are way too long. The fact that one of the movies won Best Picture, I can't remember which one it was. Quite frankly, I fell asleep multiple times trying to watch these movies. Eventually, I got through them, but I couldn't get into these movies. Kudos to you guys who stayed awake and watched the movies. If you like the characters, more power to you. But for me, I think it's one of the worst franchises of all time, and I just couldn't understand the love, the hype for these movies. So there you have it. Those are my top 10 highly overrated or very unpopular movie opinions, according to yours truly, Timmy Treacle. So in the comment section below, give me your thoughts and opinions on this video. And do you agree with the list? Do you not agree with it? Let me know in the comment section below. And let me know some of your favorite unpopular opinions when it comes to movies. Thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for many more movie reviews, TV show reviews, trailer reviews, top 10s, and rankings. I thank you guys for everything, and check you later.